students. I'm glad, because I have come again with an interesting, a humorous and an adventurous story of a naughty monkey, and his name is Toto. This lesson is the second chapter in your Moments book. Okay, and this chapter is written by a famous author, and you know who it is? Ruskin Bond. So the second chapter is The Adventures of Toto. We are going to see. All of you have pets at home, right? Many of you, not all of you, many of you will be having pets at home. But have you ever had a baby monkey as a pet? Have you all tried a baby monkey, keeping a baby monkey as a pet? Yeah, now you're going to see that a family is having a baby monkey, and you know that monkey's name is Toto, as I told you before. This Toto is a baby monkey, and let's find out whether he is very mischievous or docile. Are you ready? It's a very interesting chapter. Come on, let's start reading the chapter, as well as ma'am will be explaining the chapter to you. Okay, get ready, children. Grandfather bought Toto from a Tonga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding turf, and the monkey looked so out of place there that grandfather decided he would add the little fellow to his private zoo. Toto was a pretty monkey. His eyes sparkled with mischief beneath deep-set eyebrows, and his teeth, which were a pearly white, were very often displayed in a smile that frightened the life out of elderly Anglo-Indian ladies. But his hands looked dried up, as though they had been pickled in the sun for many years. Yet his fingers were quick and wicked, and his tail, while adding to his good looks, also served as a third hand. He could use it to hang from a branch, and it was capable of scooping up any delicacy that might be out of reach of his hands. Now, the writer's grandfather, so he is the main character in this story, and the monkey and the little baby monkey Toto. So the writer's grandfather, what he does is, he purchases a monkey, and that monkey's name is what? Toto. From whom does he buy it? He buys it from a Tonga driver. This Tonga is, it's a vehicle being used those days. Horses actually pull these 2 or 4-wheeled vehicle. Okay, so it was used those days, and this Tonga driver had this monkey. And how much has he, as the grandfather paid for it? He has paid how much? He has paid 5 rupees, it seems, for that little monkey. And this Tonga driver had tied this little monkey where? He had tied it to a feeding turf. It was a red colored monkey, a little red colored monkey. It was tied to a feeding turf. Feeding turf means it is a container, you can say, an open container for animals to eat or drink out of it. Okay, so he had tied it because this monkey was a little mischievous and it would run away. So he tied that monkey to that feeding turf. And when this grandfather saw this monkey, with the Tonga driver, he really had a desire to buy that monkey and to add that little baby monkey to the collection of animals that he had in his zoo at home. At home must be this grandfather had a zoo. Maybe he was a lover of animals, so he had a small zoo, and he wanted to add this little monkey also into the zoo. Now that little monkey has come home, so it's been bought by grandfather, And the writer, he describes this Toto. He says that his eyes sparkled. It was bright, shiny eyes he had, it seems, and that eyes, showed full of mischief. And his eyebrows were deeply set on his face, it seems. His teeth were like pearls. It was pearly white, he says. It was like pearls. And he used to frighten or scare these elderly means old aged people, a little bit old, Anglo-Indian ladies. Anglo-Indian means they are Britain and Indian mix people, okay. Their mother tongue will be English. So these ladies, they were little older ladies. When this monkey saw these Anglo-Indian ladies, he used to scare them or frighten them. How he just gave a smile, and that teeth was so frightening. So they were scared of this little monkey. And this Toto's hands were very dry, they were wrinkled. Wrinkled means, what do you mean by wrinkled? Wrinkled is the suringi poirukra madri, okay. And then it looked like as if it was these vegetables, when they are kept in the sun, when they dry, how do they look? So its hands looked like that. He had a long tail, it seems. And the writer's grandfather thought that this tail was something very good. This tail has given him a very good look. It gives an added beauty to the animal, it seems. And then Toto's tail was the third hand for him, he says. He used to hang from branch to branch, and then that's how he was very mischief. He also used to lift, objects. That is what is scooping up. Scooping up means lift quickly. Any delicacy. Delicacy means any tasty food item. He just can lift it up. And his hand used to reach anywhere, for that matter, okay. That's how he describes the little monkey Toto. See, I've given you the hard words here. Sparkled means shone brightly, beneath is below, and then elderly is old aged person, wicked is naughty over here, and then scooping up is lift quickly, delicacy, a tasty food item. Grandmother always fussed when grandfather brought home some new bird or animal. So it was decided that Toto's presence should be kept a secret from her until she was in a particularly good mood. Grandfather and I put him away in a little closet opening into my bedroom wall, where he was tied securely, or so we thought, to a peg fastened into the wall. A few hours later, when grandfather and I came back to release Toto, we found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now stood out as naked brick and plaster. The peg in the wall had been wrenched from its socket, and my school blazer, which had been hanging there, was in shreds. I wondered what grandmother would say, but grandfather didn't worry. He seemed pleased with Toto's performance. He's clever, said grandfather. Given time, I'm sure he would have tied the torn pieces of your blazer into a rope and made his escape from the window. His presence in the house still a secret. Toto was now transferred to a big cage in the servants' quarters, where a number of grandfather's pets lived very sociably together. A tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel, and for a while my pet goat. But the monkey wouldn't allow any of his companions to sleep at night. Yes, now another character, that is the grandmother, okay. See, this grandmother, writer's grandmother, she was always against grandfather's desire or bringing in new pets, birds and animals, because grandfather was a lover of pets. He would bring, but the work should be done by grandmother, right? So she didn't like, she was against actually. So grandfather and the writer, they thought they would conceal this fact. Conceal means they would hide this from her until she was in a good mood, and then they thought they will reveal it or disclose this matter to her. When she was in a good mood, they thought they will open up or they will tell the truth to grandmother. So what did the writer and the grandfather do is, they secured this Toto. They put him in a closet. Closet means a little cupboard, and that was in the writer's room. So what they did, they opened that and they tied that very securely. That is, they fastened. Fastened means they put it to a hook. They tied him to a hook in the wall. Fastened means they tied it to a hook in the wall. And then the writer and the grandfather, they went to, they left Toto and they went for a few hours. The sight was very shocking when they came back, What all Toto had done is, he had torn the decorative wallpaper. That's what he says, the ornamental paper, that the decorative paper that was set as a wallpaper, that was torn. He had broken the hook. Broken the hook is, that's what he says, he wrenched from its socket. Wrenched means pulled it. It was pulled from the socket. Socket is hole to fit in. Okay. So he had wrenched it, and then what else? He had broken the hook, and then he had torn the writer's blazer. Blazer is what? The jacket. So he had torn that blazer into pieces, but the writer was a bit worried. He was thinking, what would grandmother say? But the grandfather was so delighted. He was so he's appreciating Toto's mischief. He says, see this Toto's adventure. He felt that Toto was very clever. He said that if they would have given him some more time, if they had come late, he would have tied all that thin pieces of the writer's torn blazer. That the blazer was torn, right? Everything he would have tied as a rope, it seems, and would have escaped out of the window. That's what he says. So grandfather is appreciating Toto for his work that Toto has done. And then Toto, what they did to Toto, they shifted Toto to the servant quarters. They put him in a cage. He lived with the other pets in the grandfather's zoo. And that zoo had the other animals like a tortoise, it seems, and then a pair of rabbits it had, then squirrel, and then a pet goat. But this Toto was so very mischievous. He did not let the other animals sleep at night. Such a naughty fellow this was. He never allowed the other animals to live in peace. That's how Toto was. Meanings are given here. Fussed means showed annoyance. She used to get angry, isn't it? Closet is a cupboard. Wrenched is pulled. Socket means hole to fit in. Blazer is jacket, and then sociably is amiably. Okay, so these are the hard words that are given with its meaning. So grandfather, who had to leave Dehradun next day to collect his pension in Saharanpur, decided to take him along. Unfortunately, I could not accompany grandfather on that trip, but he told me about it afterwards. A big black canvas kit bag was provided for Toto. This, with some straw at the bottom, became his new abode. When the bag was closed, there was no escape. Toto could not get his hands through the opening, and the canvas was too strong for him to bite his way through. His efforts to get out only had the effect of making the bag roll about on the floor or occasionally jump into the air. An exhibition that attracted a curious crowd of onlookers on the Dehradun railway platform. Toto remained in the bag as far as Saharanpur, but while grandfather was producing his ticket at the railway turnstile, Toto suddenly poked his head out of the bag and gave the ticket collector a wide grin. The poor man was taken aback, but with great presence of mind and much to grandfather's annoyance, he said, "Sir, you have a dog with you. You'll have to pay for it accordingly." In vain did grandfather take Toto out of the bag. In vain did he try to prove that a monkey did not qualify as a dog or even as a quadruped. Toto was classified a dog by the ticket collector, and 3 rupees was the sum handed over as his fare. Then grandfather, just to get his own back, took from his pocket our pet tortoise and said, "What must I pay for this, since you charge for all animals?" The ticket collector looked closely at the tortoise, prodded it with his forefinger, gave grandfather a pleased and triumphant look, and said, "No charge, it is not a dog." Yes, now grandfather is actually going to Saharanpur to collect his pension there. The next day he has planned, and he has decided to take whom along with him? He has decided to take Toto, because he was unmanageable, isn't it? But the writer did not accompany, or he did not go with the grandfather and Toto, so he was a bit disappointed, felt sad. His grandfather, after coming back, he narrates the trip, what all happened in the trip. So he had taken a special bag for Toto, and that bag, that bag was made of strong material, that is this canvas material. Have you all seen the white shoe? Yes, that material it was made up of. And he placed some dry grass at the bottom, that is what is straw, he says. And on the trip, the bag would be Toto's home. Okay, he would live in that, and it had a zip on top of it. And the writer's grandfather actually ensured, and he saw if everything was closed tightly, so that Toto cannot escape out of it. And the zip was also closed. He could not even bite that bag, because it was a strong canvas material. That is why they used that bag. So this Toto, he made so many attempts. He tried to come out of the bag, but how many ever times he tried, he could not come out. But instead what happened was, he was trying to come out, isn't it? So whenever he was trying to come out, this bag would roll on the floor and jump in the air sometimes. So all that the movements were done inside the bag. And when the bag was moving like this, it was noticed by the people on the railway platform, and all of them were curious to know what was inside the bag. And then Toto remained secure inside the bag till Saharanpur. Nothing happened. But at the Saharanpur railway station, the writer's grandfather, what he did, he wanted to take his ticket to cross the turnstile. Turnstile is, I have given the picture of a turnstile. It is like a gate, only one person can push through and go. So it is a turnstile. And at that time, what happened? Toto slowly he peeped out of the bag, and he gave a big smile at the ticket collector. That's what the word grin is given. Grin means he gave a smile at the ticket collector. Now the ticket collector was aback. Aback means he was shocked. He was astonished to see whom? To see a monkey in grandfather's bag. So what he did, he quickly he told grandfather, he said, no, you have to pay because it is a dog. So he thought it was a dog, or not that he doesn't know it was a monkey, but he wanted to take money from grandfather. So he said, see, you're traveling with a dog, you please pay the money. So grandfather, he was trying to explain to the ticket collector that Toto was not a monkey, but it was it was not a dog, but it was a monkey. So he tried to say, but the ticket collector was not convinced. He said, whatever it is, you have to pay me 3 rupees for the ticket, for Toto, he said. And then grandfather was a bit disappointed and he wanted to take revenge. In order to take revenge, from the ticket collector, he took a pet tortoise. Tortoise was also traveling along with him. From his pocket, he takes it and he says, do I have to pay for this? He asks. Then the ticket collector slowly took a closer look, and then he touched it slightly. And he said, grandfather, that a ticket is not required for what? For a tortoise, because it doesn't come under a dog's category. So this is the incident that actually happened in the journey from Dehradun to Saharanpur. So this is how grandfather had a problem with Toto, and Toto's mischief was what? All this, and he frightened the ticket collector itself. See how he has been. Unfortunately, unluckily, occasionally, not frequently, quadruped is four-legged, poked or prodded, pushed, pleased is felt happy, grin, show teeth, triumphant, rejoicing, and turnstile. I have given the picture. When Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stable, where he had for a companion the family donkey Nana. On Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable. To his surprise, he found Nana, without apparent cause, pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. Grandfather gave Nana a slap across his haunches, and she jerked back, dragging Toto with her. He had fastened onto her long ears with his sharp little teeth. Now the writer's grandmother finally, she comes to know of Toto's presence in the house. All these days Toto was hidden in the house. But now Toto's presence is known by grandmother. Now she, as soon as she came to know, she allotted him a place in the stable. With whom did she allot a places? With the family donkey, and that donkey's name was Nana. And on that first night, in the stable, grandfather wanted to visit this Toto. He wanted to know how he is he comfortable, or how he is with the donkey. But to his surprise, his grandfather, the writer's grandfather, found Nana very restless. He was pulling its rope in order to stay away from the heap of hay. There was hay kept and he didn't want to stay there. He just was pulling his rope. That is called as halter, means rope. Okay. And then as soon as grandfather saw this Nana doing that, he hit him on the back in order to stop doing that. Now Nana, as soon as grandfather hit him, he jumped back with a jerk, and Toto was also dragged along with her. The word meanings are given here. Stable is cattle shed, apparent, visible, halter is rope, haunches, hind part of an animal with 4 legs, fastened, fixed together at a place. A great treat for Totu during cold winter evenings was the large bowl of warm water, given him by grandmother for his bath. He would cunningly test the temperature with his hand, then gradually step into the bath, first one foot, then the other, until he was into the water up to his neck. Once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hands or feet and rub himself all over. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. If anyone laughed at him during this performance, Totu's feelings would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. One day, Totu nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. A large kitchen kettle had been kept on the fire to boil for tea, and Totu, finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid. Finding the water just warm enough for a bath, he got in with his head sticking out from the open kettle. This was just fine for a while until the water began to boil. Totu then raised himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. He continued hopping up and down for some time until grandmother arrived and hauled him, half boiled, out of the kettle. If there is a part of the brain specially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Totu. He was always tearing things to pieces. Whenever one of my aunts came near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dress and tear a hole in it. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of the dining table. We entered the room to find Totu stuffing himself with rice. My grandmother screamed and Totu threw a plate at her. One of my aunts rushed forward and she received a glass of water in the face. When grandfather arrived, Totu picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through a window. We found him in the branches of the jackfruit tree, the dish still in his arms. He remained there all afternoon, eating slowly through the rice, determined on finishing every grain, and then, in order to spite grandmother, who had screamed at him, he threw the dish down from the tree and chattered with delight when he broke into 100 pieces. See the mischief that this animal has done. Oh my God. This was winter season, it seems, children. And he enjoyed having a warm bath. And what he used to do is he first used to check the temperature of the water. Very selfish, very cunning also. He checked the temperature of the water. What he used to do is he used to copy the writer. First he stepped into the tub. 1 foot he will keep at a time. And then finally he'll sit in the water with his face out of it. Then he would rub himself with soap. Once he finds himself very comfortable, then he would apply soap. And when the water became cold, he used to run to the kitchen and on the stove, he dried himself. And then Totu gets angry when this action takes place, when somebody laughs at him, he gets very annoyed. Or annoyed means he gets angry. He would get hurt and he refused to take bath after that. So one incident, the writer actually recollects that Totu would have got boiled in the container. Let's see what happened. There was a large kettle kept, it seems. This kettle is to make tea. They keep to boil the water. So water was boiling on the stove. What Totu did was he had no job, So he climbed up the stove and he tried to remove that lid and he removed it also. and he felt the water was a little bit warm enough to take a bath. He entered the kettle, he put his head out of it, and then when the water started to boil, it became hot, for him. So he thought of coming out of the kettle, but that temperature outside was cold, so he stayed in. Toto kept on jumping in the kettle for some time. Then only the writer's grandmother, she arrives, and she sees the monkey being where? Inside the kettle. So immediately she took that half boiled monkey out of the kettle. And that's what the writer says. If there is a brain, if there is an ability for us to create mischief, that part is Totu's brain, and he's so capable of doing any kind of mischief. And what did he do was, he also became very mischievous. He just was, mischief was just fun for him. He tried doing it very, very often. So whenever the writer's aunties, they passed him, he tried to tore their dresses. What a naughty monkey this monkey is, see. So there was another incident that the writer recollects. He says Toto treated a lot of, like he was mischievous, isn't it? One day during the lunch time, what happened? A dish of pulao, rice, was placed on the dining table. The family was supposed to come and eat. Suddenly what happened? They found this Toto eating it. So she screamed. Grandmother started to scream at Toto. And what he did, as soon as she started to scream, he got very angry and he threw the plate at her. Her aunt, the writer's aunt tried to catch Toto. He threw a glass of water on her face. And then what happened? Then he remained the entire afternoon on the branch of a jackfruit tree, and he wanted to eat all the rice that was there on the plate. So he had taken it to the jackfruit tree. So as the grandmother, she screamed on him, he wanted to annoy her more. He wanted to make her angry, more angry. So after eating the rice, what he did was, he threw all the dish that he had taken on top of the tree, and it broke into several pieces. Let's see to the word meanings. Cunningly is cleverly, gradually, slowly. Kettle is a container. Lid is the cover. Hauled is pulled. Stuffing, eating a lot. Spite means hurt. And then realized is felt. Okay, these are the word meanings. Obviously, Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long. Even grandfather realized that. We were not well to do and could not afford the frequent loss of dishes, clothes, curtains, and wallpaper. So grandfather found the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. See, finally they all come to a point that even grandfather realizes, it seems, because grandfather appreciated when we saw in the beginning, but now grandfather himself, he realizes that Toto is not suitable to be kept at home, because they could not afford means they were not that rich, they were not that well to do means they were not that rich to frequently spend for the loss that Toto had made. Toto tore the clothes. How many times can they buy again and again, isn't it? He tore the clothes, the curtains, the wallpapers, he broke dishes. All this was real mischief, which he shouldn't have done. But this monkey was very, very naughty. So what did grandfather do? He thought, okay, keeping him is not ideal, it's not good. So he again met this Tonga driver, and you know what amount he sold this monkey to the same Tonga driver? He bought it for 5 rupees, but finally he lost 2 rupees, and he sold this Toto again back to that Tonga driver for rupees 3. See, so it was a loss for grandfather. Now let's recall the writer's grandfather. What did he do? Because he liked to collect animals, he had a zoo at home. He brought a monkey named Toto, and from whom? From the Tonga driver for 5 rupees. Then they kept it a secret for grandmother, because she did not like animals. But Toto was very mischievous, isn't it? He was kept in the cupboard, but he did all that he could do inside the cupboard. And the next day, when he was kept in the servants' room along with the other animals, what happened? He did not let them sleep at night. And then one fine day, the next day, that grandfather had to go to Saharanpur for work. So he took Toto along with him, but you can see that he was really mischievous there also. He tried to open the bag, which was very strong, made of canvas, and then he threatened the ticket collector. All this was done by him, and then he actually aroused curiosity of fellow passengers at the railway station. And what else he did? He peeped out of the bag. He smiled at the ticket collector. Ticket collector demanded money from grandfather. He took how much? He took 3 rupees for bringing Toto. And then finally grandmother comes to know, and she gave a place in the stable along with the donkey Nana. But Nana also did not like him, and both of them did not get along, isn't it? Then Toto enjoyed taking bath in the warm water during winter season. One day he would have almost boiled himself when he jumped into a kettle of boiling water. And then one afternoon, what he did? He took the family's meal, that pulao, he carried it, and he threw the empty dish from the tree. He broke it, and then broke all the things, that is the plates and all that, into several pieces. Toto's mischief grew day by day, and then finally what happened? Grandfather realized that keeping this pet at home cannot be maintained. He is not a pet actually. So finally what did he do? He found the same Tonga driver, and he sold Toto back to him for a sum of 3. There was a loss over here. You saw that loss. He bought it for 5 rupees but sold it for 3 rupees. I hope all of you understood, children. Thank you very, very much.